Hi, this instructional video is meant to inform occupational therapy assistants about the usefulness and accessibility of keyboarding without tears when teaching students functional typing skills and school-based practice. This program should be conducted at least 10 minutes daily while in school, and it is recommended that a 10-minute home program is maintained at least on a daily basis for the first 36 weeks. So at present, as we all know, typing is a fundamental skill, just like reading, writing, and math. We live in the information age. Learning typing facilitates educational, vocational, and leisure opportunities. This is the format for keyboarding without tears. That's the basic premise behind it. And the reason it is client-centered and effective is because it takes into account the concept of universal design. As we can see here, it's created for different grade levels, which means it's created for different skill levels as well, and it uses auditory, visual, and it simulates tactile senses in order to facilitate learning for children. For example, you can see it starts at the kindergarten level, but it goes all the way till grade 5. And again, it depends on the level. For example, if a third grader is at the second grade level, so we can start practicing at that, so it provides a lot of flexibility. Again, the beauty behind it is it focuses on teaching fundamental typing skills. It focuses on getting the fundamentals down right. It focuses on accuracy rather than speed. So let's try this sample activity here. So again, this program is very comprehensive. Not only does it teach typing, but it also teaches the meaning behind typing. So it's very occupation-based. For example, we'll see here, we'll type a sentence here, but there's a meaning behind it. It's educational. It's connecting that sentence to a subject matter, which is part of their general education curriculum. So it's learning typing in a very occupation-based, functional manner, which also supports the state's education core curriculum requirements. So in effect, it's like a Swiss Army knife. You can get a lot of uses out of this program. So let's do a quick demo here. Let's do a close-up here so we can capture the keyboard. So for example, this sentence is about Louis Pasteur. So let's type here. So as I mentioned before, it takes into account all different senses. So it's giving us the tactile sense. It has the color contrast here. So if someone has challenges with visual perception, the color contrast makes it easier on their eyes. And at the same time, as we are typing here, it's telling us what letter we're on. So it's giving real-time feedback to bolster the proper effects of learning. So it's very interactive and it's giving you feedback at the same time. So for example, developed, here if I type G, it does not let me proceed any further. If I type any wrong letter, D, it lets me proceed because that's the correct letter. However, if I make an error here, instead of typing E, if I do W by mistake, it will point out my error. So the teacher, paraeducator, OTA, and the student, they'll all know that an error was made. And again, it's not letting me proceed. If I make subsequent errors, I'm stopping right here. It's not letting me proceed until I correct my error. So here we go. So again, this allows for on-the-spot correction, and it also allows the student, the OTA who's instructing, to zone in on the problem letters, the problem areas, and fix them real time and make note of it for future practice. So again, it tells us what Louis Pasteur did. It tells us why it's important. So it not only gave it a history lesson, it covered science. It also told us the importance of that event. So again, it's not just learning to type, but it's tying into the general curriculum. It's touching on many different subjects. Same here with this example with Jane Goodall. It informs us about her And at the same time, it's giving us information on a lot of other things, and this sentence is connecting to the main concept. So it's meaningful typing, not just rote practice. And the thing is, it's geared for different skill levels. So for example, once you have the basic fundamentals of typing down, it'll teach you advanced functions. For example, the tab function. So once someone is comfortable with the basic letters and numbers, it teaches us other functions.
Type each word. Use the tab key now.
So it tells us what the tab function does, and it has other functions for shift, control. So once your basic typing skills are done, it shows you more advanced skills in order to make the children more technologically savvy when it comes to typing. And also, once you can do meaningful block practice, this makes block practice very meaningful. After that, depending on the child's skill level, you can try typing full paragraphs. So as you can see, this takes a crawl, walk, run approach. And here you can type an entire paragraph. Their main teaching tools are still going to be in effect, but here you're practicing for the long run, and you're kind of building up on prior skills. So in a nutshell, this is as I mentioned before, this is like a Swiss Army knife for learning typing. It covers a lot of different concepts, not just of typing, but general education curriculum to build functional typing skills among children. So this program, it's highly recommended, and there's a lot of research behind it kind of proving its efficacy. So in a nutshell, again, to reiterate, at least 10 minutes of practice per school day, and an OTA who's willing to see progress should design a home program so that the material that was practiced in school can be simulated at home. The more practice the child gets, the more strong the fundamental skills can be over time. Thank you very much for your time. Take care.